Before this video starts, I just want you to go down in the description and follow me at IG at designbywill and check out my assets used in this video on designbywill.com, and make sure to just like, subscribe, share, and also don't forget to comment. Peace. What's up guys, my name is Wilson, also known as Design by Will, and in today's video we're going to be making a bootleg rap t-shirt. Yes, this is another video I'm doing on this topic because I've already done one of these. It was the Pop Smoke bootleg rap t-shirt. It was this one. If you haven't seen this video, go back and watch this video because it talks about all the vital assets, Photoshop brushes, and textures you're going to need to make this effect work in the most effective way possibly, actually. Today, we're going to be making one of Playboi Carti. Yes, Playboi Carti. Everyone loves Playboi Carti. First, we're going to start off by making a new document. I set up my document for the Instagram vertical posts. So 1080 by 1350 because you want that space. And I think that's a perfect space for like a t-shirt, the back graphic of a t-shirt, 1080 by 1350. Now, we want to make this a homage to Playboi Carti. So we're going to be using a lot of his old photos. Not so much his new ones because it's pretty hard to find photos of Playboi Carti at the moment. So I already got my photos downloaded off the web. I selected these off Instagram, Google, and of course my favorite place to find photos and background images, Unsplash. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut out the images that I want to be the main focal point for this graphic t-shirt. Now, there's a lot of ways of doing this in Photoshop, so I'm not going to go over it. I'm just going to skip past this part. So now that we got our main images cut out, we're ready to start assembling basically the focal point of our graphic, which is going to be the thing that stands out in the middle. Now, whenever I make these bootleg rap t-shirts, I always have a main object, which is Playboi Carti here, and then secondary objects that go inside of him. Those are going to be the inside graphics. Now, I'll show you guys how I do that real quick using clipping masks. First, I arrange my inside graphics. So these two images are going to be our inside graphics of Playboi Carti. I'm just going to add a new layer, go to brushes, and go to lens flares. My favorite one is 53. Now, this is from Brush Easy. Yet again, if you want to know where I got all these from, make sure to go check out the other video. I'm also going to use a image of Playboi Carti at his concert. Once you get your placement right, just select all your layers by holding shift and clicking the top layer, and then convert to a smart object. So we're going to get our main graphic, pull it down, turn it on, get the inside graphic, put it on top, and create a clipping mask. Now it's taken the form and the shape of Playboi Carti's silhouette. Now this is a crucial part to making this cool effect. All you need is to create a negative mask, scroll down to the smoke brushes from Brush Easy. I always use the first one. It's the most practical. You can use it for anything. Set the color to black, make it as big as you want, and you're basically just going to remove unnecessary parts of the graphic. Beautiful. Now we got our focal image. Let's just resize that. And now we're going to be trying our best to hide these rough edges and corners. Now we can always hide the bottom with text, but we want to add more to this graphic. So I'm going to get this photo of Playboi Carti, and we're going to cut it out as well. And always, for your most important layers, always make a duplicate and just turn it off. Put it underneath the layer 0. That's why I always keep layer 0, just in case you need to go back and you don't want to go through all those necessary steps. Most designers would stop here, add a black background, add some text, and that's it. But that's not what we're trying to do here. We're trying to make this look as professional as possible. And now we're going to make a little highlight. This is the thing that most people, when they come to me, they're like, oh, this is so cool. I completely disregarded this and how to do this. So just grab the image you want to make a highlight of. Don't delete it. Add a new layer on top of that. Make the color whatever you want. Just make sure the fill is a solid color. Make the stroke 0. Hold shift so it makes a perfect circle. And you just want to position it so part of his head is coming out to make that cool effect. And you just want to go on top and create a clipping mask. It's going to create a clipping mask on the circle. Now what you want to do now is release the clipping mask, turn down the brightness a little bit, go down to the circle, and then draw in the rest of his head onto the circle. Create the clipping mask again. Turn up the brightness completely. And just go in and fix that circle using the eraser tool, or my favorite, just create a mask and go in with a black brush. And now you've made a highlight. So you just want to convert this highlight into a smart object. And that's going to be very vital for later. So just turn off that. Now we're just going to make our background. I'm choosing this storm that I found on Unsplash. Putting it at the very bottom. I'm just going to make it vertical. Oh, flip it 90 degrees. And then go back in with our smoke brushes and just doing the same thing. Now what you want to do is to ensure that these white parts don't show through once you turn it black. You're just going to go and get the soft round brush and go across all the edges of the hard object and basically rub it out. And we're not done here. I'm just going to get this bat that I got off Unsplash again and just cut it out. And this is basically going to be used as a little something there to add. We're going to turn on our highlight. We're going to place it up here. Go to blending options. Select stroke. It won't be on here. So let me add it. Get your stroke. Add the color red. Add a little bit of outer glow. Also make it red. And this is basically our graphic. Actually, I was going to use this Playboy Cardi logo for something. I just want to add I just want to edit this background a little bit more because I don't like it. Now that we got all our effects ready, we're just going to highlight everything but our white layer and convert it to a smart object. And then we're just going to resize our image because we want to fit our text somewhere. Now you're going to add your text. The font I'm using is headline text. I'm just going to add a style instead of going and coloring everything. If you want to know the style that I'm using, it's also on my YouTube channel. It's how to make the metallic grunge effect in Photoshop. I already got it set as a style here. Now all I have to do is just go in there and edit just a color overlay. I want it to have that red look. Now we're going to be using a lot of smart objects and they might be a little bit daunting, but trust me, you can always keep clicking back and editing here and there. Now I want to add a little bend to it, so I'm going to arch up. Actually, let's arch lower so it's bending inside. Yes, just like that. I just want to go back and edit this a little bit, edit the bottom image. So now that we're here, I have one more step that I want to add. I want to add some more lens flares, and I want to add a custom font for the Cardi part of Playboy Cardi's name. So what I'm going to do is just going to add a new layer. I'm going to scroll down to some media brushes that I got off my friend. I don't know where he downloaded them from. And then for Cardi's name, I think I want to make it white to make it contrast the dark nature of this. Now we're gonna color this. We're gonna color this and make it look all unison. So when we put it on our mockup, it looks perfect. The way we're gonna be doing that, yes, again, it's another smart object. Highlight all your objects, convert to a smart object. So we're just gonna go down here and search up color lookup. It's my texture pack. That's what you'll get exactly inside the texture pack on my website. Now, my favorite textures are 22, 21, and sometimes 23, depending on how deep I want to make this. But for today, I'm going to use texture 24 because it has this cool little pattern on it. And we're basically going to create a clipping mask. And we're just going to set the blend mode to whatever suits you. Basically, you want that cracked effect. I think I'm going to set it to color dodge because I feel like that looks best. Then I'm going to add texture 22. I'm going to put it on soft light. Then I'm going to change the fill to 40. Actually, make it 65. And then I'm going to add texture 21. I'm just going to set it to lighten and play with the opacity until you get the desired look. There we go. And then you're going to turn on the color lookup. Pick one that suits you best. There's a bunch. These are all stock. Everyone should have them in their Photoshop. I just go through them, just clicking random ones until I find one that I like personally. I like soft light, but it is taking up too much of the black. I still want that detail. I'm just going to spend a little bit of time playing with this until I get the desired look, which everyone should do. I'm just going to go back and add a little glowing effect to this Playboy logo here, just to add a little bit of flavor. There we go. Now I like that little glowing effect, adds that devilish look to Playboy Cardi. And that's basically our graphic. Now basically we're going to add our graphic onto merchandise mockups. Now I do have some merchandise mockups on my website at Design by Will. They're on sale at the moment for $10 AUD. That's about like $8 American. So if you want to support the channel again, just go down there and download that. So basically we're going to get our whole graphic and just convert that to a smart object. Make sure to not select the black layers. Always forget to select the solid color layers, because once you select the solid color layers, your image is no longer a PNG file, which we want. We want the image to be transparent so we can add it onto our mockups. And you want to get the stonewash vintage look. Make a duplicate, make 2 duplicates actually, and name it main. Next one, back, and next one, front. So the main one, just add a color to it, red, so you know not to mess with that one because that's your original. Put it at the very back and turn it off. Now we're just gonna get our front logo and create a clipping mask onto the front t-shirt. Turn off the back one. I'm pretty sure it's the front. If not, I'm gonna look really dumb. Yep, it is the front. You're just gonna resize the image so it fits your t-shirt. That looks perfect. And basically all you're gonna have to do is just change the blending mode. Lighten is the most like, oh yeah, this is hella vintage. Screen is what most people go for. Color dodge has the same effect, but it removes the blacks. Lighten dodge makes it lighter. Lighten color just destroys it. So we just have to find the happy medium, which for me is basically the screen. Now we got our front image. We're just gonna add it to the back. So just make a folder using that and make that front. And for the back, it's just the same thing. Resize the image, fit it towards the back. Now with proper graphics and proper bootleg rap t-shirts, the back had always been a different color, mainly just grayscale, black and white. So we're just gonna go here and select the black and white and just create a clipping mask onto that, and then from that create a clipping mask onto the t-shirt. Set the blend mode back to screen, and there you go. You have 2 professional mock-ups for your t-shirt. Now you can rearrange them to make them look cooler. I just put one on the top, and then just make the back one, make it a little bit smaller, and then turn on your layer again of the original, add a black, and there we have it. A professional bootleg rap t-shirt created and curated by Design by Will. If you want to find any of the mock-ups that I used in this, please go down in the description below and check out my Instagram, and make sure to subscribe, like, and share if you enjoyed the video. If not, leave it alone. Anyway, peace. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much.